Ronnie Jordan, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. What's going on, Joel? Good to be on the Irie Chat, man. I'm excited. I have my Irie. This is my official Jamaican libations. It's going to be a good show.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. From what I understand, you're in Atlanta or maybe around there. So how's the whole quarantine situation over there?
So I live about 60 miles from the actual city of Atlanta. I live in Athens. I live where UGA is with my wife and kids. So I'm about an hour away. Like if you're in LA and somebody said, when they say they're in LA, but they live in like Rancho Cucamonga or somewhere like an hour away.
Yeah.
Like that, if I got to be in the city, I'll be in the city. But it's pretty much, I've been quarantining. I've been the only one going out. Everybody been seeing me on my IG Live in the car because it's like the car is where I get all my jokes and my time from just listening to music. And I ride around and go put my mask on, put my gloves on, go in Kroger and buy groceries for my wife and kids and stuff, man. It's just been, I've never had this much time with my wife and kids, and it's been cool. It's really dope.
No, yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, I mean, I've noticed because you've been cruising, man. Like, when I jumped on when you were going live and I messaged you about like just joining the podcast, you be cruising.
Yeah, I ride around, man. That's my therapy, man. Just kind of get in your truck. It's just like Georgia, down south Georgia boy, fat rapper shit. Just
yeah.
Throw on some old cussing music and just ride around. That's therapy right there. That's self-care right there. So. Yeah, and plus my wife has a vegan cookie company, so the more quarantine's been going on, like the people the fans that rock with me, they rock with my wife automatically, and they've been buying the hell out of these cookies. SnacJunki Vegan, man. She makes a vegan cookie because my son is allergic to dairy, so she went vegan and she's like changed her life and getting healthy, and she's trying to make me get healthy by making all this delicious vegan food. So.
Well, so I'm just curious because you mentioned your wife's vegan cookie company. Are you trying it out yourself? Because I mean, I know I'm like eating a lot of snacks, staying quarantined and stuff.
Yes, yeah, quarantine is a snacking time. So my thing is, I'm one of those guys that like I don't know what it is about new people or my friends lately. Before quarantine, they always want to take me out to vegan restaurants. Like I'm gonna think they gross, but I love vegan food.
Oh yeah,
and I love regular food. So it's just if it's food and it's delicious, I'm gonna eat it. So it's like I'm cool. I've been eating vegan food because my wife makes it. She doesn't make meat in the house. But I still make a turkey sandwich or out. Chick-fil-A, they know me by first name over there. So I just got to kick the Chick-fil-A habit and keep on with the vegetables and stuff. So,
so is there a certain food item that you kind of cheat on or cheat on your diet and like don't let your wife know? Yes, like
all of them. When I get too stressed, I sneak me a damn wild cherry Pepsi.
Hey, those are good, man. I don't blame you.
Man, an ice cold wild cherry Pepsi or like a cherry Coke makes the pain go away. I don't know what is in that. That shit is really cocaine, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm really trying to fight it. I got a endorsement deal with Eternal Water. Let me show them on camera. So I signed my soul away. But, they send me water and stuff. I just put my promo code up. But it's alkaline water. I love water, too. Because I noticed if I just drink water without even doing no exercising, then I drop weight. I'm just gotta discipline myself to kind of do right. And, my boy Tyler stay on me. They check on, see if I'm walking and shit. So, a lot of petty ass, cool ass friends, man, that kind of make sure I'm trying to stay healthy because this quarantine will make you lose yourself, man. The days will mix together and you just be like, I don't want to get out of bed. So just being a comedian kind of helps me, makes me wake up and want to create. But I have days, just like everybody else. We've been in quarantine for like 2-3 months. All the money's cut off. So,
Yeah, man. Are you doing certain new hobbies that you developed since this whole quarantine?
But my new hobby now is I'm the delivery driver for my wife's cookie company. So I've been going to the post office. But what have I been doing, man? Just kind of trying to do my own IG live show. I try to do it every day. Like last week, I didn't feel like doing it. So I just trying to, I was home with my kids and stuff. So no new hobbies. I'm just trying to double down on what I got going with my podcast, MoreThanCultr, and we're kind of coming up with new ways to see what it's going to look like for comedy after the pandemic. So one way we got a event Saturday coming up with another company, Cultivate Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing a drive-in movie, so people can stay in their car, stay social distance, and we're gonna play an old ass movie that everybody loves, maybe Players Club or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And me, Tyler, Remo, and Kamal are gonna voice over the movie, kind of like Tony Baker does it on his IG Live.
Okay.
But all comedians have something to say on good movies, so
Yeah.
we're doing that, and you can stay in your car, and whatever you bring is whatever you bring in your car. So it's gonna be a good way for people who've been cooped up in the house, and Atlanta opened up before everybody, so they're just waiting on us to just die off and see if they're just waiting to see if people from Atlanta died, and they're like, we're going back outside. So we're trying to keep people safe at the same time, because I ain't trying to fall out from telling no jokes. So we're gonna do the same thing for a comedy show too. We're doing a drive-in comedy show with the headphones, so people can really stay in their cars, really stay social distance. We clean off the headphones. Got people deliver like it's vendors, but they're gonna walk up to your car. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can stay in your car and stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
My hobbies are producing, man. I'm trying to produce and execute. We writing TV shows right now, so everybody's kind of stepping up on the next wave of what's to come.
You mentioned earlier that you like driving and how it's therapeutic and stuff, but I saw that you posted maybe over a month ago that you actually hit a deer in Arkansas.
So what happened was I hit a deer, Georgia, coming back from South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
We had a show. I had the radio in the morning. I was doing P103 in the morning. Come from the radio, take a nap, drive to a school in South Carolina. Coming back the next night, a family of deer jumps out, and the last one just banged my fender, and it was a baby deer. And it was just a little dent on my fender. And then the next day when we were driving to Arkansas, like a 7-hour drive, we catch a flat like an hour outside the show. So I was just like, I think you might have saw it on my YouTube show. It's a new show I got called Ronnie AF.
Mm-hmm.
It's just showing me on tour, because I've been on college tour for a long time, but you never get to see behind the scenes, and that's the shit that happens. So yeah, I was just like on tour kind of ranting about, I just got hit by a deer yesterday, and now we get a flat. And then the school was like kind of mad at me because I didn't want to come straight to the school after waiting on AAA to fix my tire and shit. And they were like, Ronnie was 30 minutes late. I'm like, dude, I got to get to the hotel and wash my ass.
Yeah.
Like I'm a big guy. I can't be swampy. No way. You just got to wait. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, you got to come clean, man, and you make sure like you do that when you come to the shows. You're known to look really clean.
I have to, man, because big guys got a stigma about them. They think we stink. Some of us do, some of us don't, and it's hard to shop for a big guy. So I try to look my best, and I try to wear stuff to kind of, stand out. So I think like 2010, from 2010 on, I was like, I think I wore Bermuda shirts every day, like Bermuda shirts, jeans, and Jordans, like different Jordans. Yeah. Just because I just noticed like going to different events and stuff. Like some people are scared of a bigger guy, and it's like it makes you more approachable. I know this is a fucked up thing to think, but it's just like I go to a lot of events where they're like teenagers, and it's like, the older you get, the more you hate to be around younger, like, girls, because it's, like, weird. So it's like, I try to be approachable so it won't just be creepy. This is a big, giant guy with a beard looking like a monster. So, I wear a lot of pink and shit like that.
Yeah.
Plus, I just like the shit. I just like to look nice. My granddaddy looked nice. My dad always looked fly. My dad got a ponytail today. His hair lays on his shoulders. He think he clean as hell. He got all gray hair, and he looks like a black wizard. So, and I got my 4-year-old son. He just loves to get dressed. We do a fashion show on Sundays too on my IG Live. Just let him dance against people. He puts on 2 costumes at a time. He puts on like the Shazam costume and the Black Panther.
Speaking of your style, you talk about, I mean, I've seen that you have your clothes and you're wearing your sweater, Blessed, and you have other people wearing it too. Is that clothing wear, does that come for people of all shapes and sizes? Yeah,
I got BlessedAF merch. It's the official BlessedAF site is up. I've been selling BlessedAF merch. I think I made my first denim hat like this, but the logo was different. I think I made my first denim hat in like 2009, and I had a joke for it. I do a joke about my my hood cousin. She just got saved. She only been saved for like a week. And I was like, "How you doing?" She just was happy to talk church, but she didn't know how to talk church.
Yeah.
How you doing, Tamika? She's like, shit, blessed as fuck. Like, what's wrong? But like, that's like what I believe in. I think if you're awake and you're alive, you are blessed as fuck.
Yeah.
But like, it also means a lot of different. That's why I put the AF. It's like, it's whatever. I just put 2 letters on the shirt. Whatever's in your dirty ass mind goes behind those letters. Because people get mad at me. I had a lady at the airport was just like, you shouldn't have that on the shirt, like a TSA agent lady. And I was like, what did it say on my shirt? I had the big blessed AF.
Yeah.
She was like, you know what that means? I was like, what you mean, blessed and favored? And she was like, her face fell in the security bin.
Oh.
And I pushed the face through the security bin, like, get your face on the other side. So it's like, it could be whatever, however you feel, like blessed and fortunate, blessed and funny, blessed and fearless. Blessed, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's just a cool way to believe. That's what I believe in. It's like, we got it all figured out if you wake up, because it's people, especially now, because people that are not here today, they were here yesterday. So my new ones are reversed. You see, this one is reversed. You can see it, so you can see it in the mirror, so you can know you blessed as fuck. Like people's like, this is backwards. I'm like, no, it's not for you. It's for me. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's just like self motivation, man. You need it. You got to find that shit in yourself a lot of times. It's kind of tough too sometimes, but it's like when you do, you know what you got. You got strength in yourself, and especially with a supportive team. Like a lot, and I got single AF too now. Single AF and married AF, and pregnant AF.
Okay, I got to get one of those shirts, man. I'll go on your website and buy a shirt or two.
You married or you single? What?
I'm actually single.
Okay, I saw that shirt you have on. I thought for sure that that Joel was in the husband game. That is definitely a husband AF shirt.
So I have for the listeners, I have a pink shirt. It's a collared pink shirt, but
it's a pink polo shirt, pink collared polo shirt. That's a dadish kind of husbandish, and it's just it's just me assuming.
Yeah, no, it's I was riding around around different places, so I had dressed properly. But
it's hot as shit in Florida too. Don't blame me. If I wear this hoodie in Florida, I would have so much titty sweat. It would be titty sweat everywhere.
Well, Ronnie, so I've listened to a couple of previous interviews that you've been in, and I've heard you describe yourself as a comics comic. I'm curious, what's the meaning behind that term?
Did I say it? I described it of myself. That's arrogant as shit. Yeah, it's like a comic that comedians want to see. Only reason I said it because somebody told it to me. They were like, I had one of my buddies, Tyler. Before we got real cool, he would just come to he was like, "Where you gonna be at tonight?" Because I go to all the rooms in Atlanta, maybe in the same night if I'm feeling like I need to try this joke out, or I gotta do some TV tomorrow. I gotta do something. I'll stay on stage, but I remember him and his girl would just come to every show. He was like, "Dog, we try to figure out where you at every night. We just want to watch what you're doing." So I've had that happen a lot of times with comedians. So comedians, we just appreciate other shit in the jokes. Like you might be on the comedian level of listening to comedy. So it's like when a comedian like comedians do a lot of shit that the crowd don't pick up on, and you're like, that was hilarious. So yeah, comedians fuck with me. That's all. I appreciate all the comedians. That's basically what I'm saying.
Dude, you're hilarious, man. I mean, of course you're a comics comic.
And, thanks.
Yeah, well, speaking of your comedy, man, like one of my favorite skits that you've done, people can see it on YouTube. It was maybe about a decade ago, but I remember it when it first came out. It was hilarious. Was your Rubben Studdard impersonation?
Man.
And I see now on your Instagram, you use photos of it as a meme, like that exact impersonation. So I'm curious, and it's such a famous, actually, a skit. I'm just curious, has Rubben Studdard ever reached out to you and like, hey man, like
he hasn't reached out, but you probably can find this footage. Jack Thriller, who does This Is 50. He had a This Is 50 episode. He had Rubben Studdard on there. He was like, "Yo, my man Ronnie Jordan does a joke about you." And he cuts to the joke in the bit, and then he cuts to Rubben and say, "Yo, I heard people told me about him, and I'm looking for you, Ronnie." He's like threatening me on tape, and I was like, "Yes." But I think I met him before. Like, he was cool as hell. He's still out here, man. That joke that was one of my bits. I came up with that joke when he was on American Idol. That had to be like 2003.
Yeah.
I was riding out of town with JJ. You had him on here, JJ from the SIP.
JJ, yep, awesome guy.
Riding to Birmingham with JJ, and I just remember I can feel like my hair growing out of my head. And I just did. And I was just looking at him. I said, why the fuck does Rubben, why he don't never smile? And I kept doing that shit. So he was like, why you never smile? And JJ was laughing. And I tried it. I think I said it, but I had the hat, the actual hat he was wearing, like an apple top hat. And I did it that night in Birmingham, and that shit killed. So I was like, I'm keeping this shit. But I did it up until I did it for a while, but it was like times passed and people didn't know who Rubben was. Like I do a lot of college shows, so I have to. But people ask for it, so I do it sometimes. So, but I changed the Rubben joke. I put a headband on and pushed it all the way back, and now it's LeBron James. So just think about the Rubben joke. Just think about the Rubben. See, look, this is hold on. Let me take off my hat. This is hold on. You can put this on your IG. This is Rubben. Rubben is hats. This is Rubben smile, and this is hat, and this is LeBron. Same smile. That's my people. I hate when people like he's a master impressionist. I don't have shit but Rubben and LeBron. That's it. I did it on the TV show, but I pulled like a headband out, NBA headband and shit. It's funny with the headband. I think I threw up some powder or some shit one time. Yeah, for our listeners though, like if you know who Rubben Studdard is, like you'll find that this is the best Rubben Studdard impersonation ever, man. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. But yeah, so the Rubben joke was a big one in that Fat Man at the Door, the NWT. Nigga with titties, man with titties. Yeah, it was funny too, man. You're hilarious all around. I follow you also on Instagram, and besides your stand-up, even your Instagram postings are hilarious, man. You and Marvin Hunter are like always posting stuff that I'm always keeping out for because it just cracks me up throughout the day, man. I'm always looking forward to you guys' postings. I know that what you've done before that you're working on is that you actually help comedians who are primarily for work on social media. You help them develop their stand-up. And in return, they help with your social media. So what made you want to start doing that? Well, I just saw the game changing. Like some people see the game changing. Some people just let it pass them. Like this one person I always watch for to know what the next shit is Lil Duval. And I remember being on the road with him. I remember him having Instagram before I even knew what the fuck it was. I was like, what the fuck is that? Because everybody was on Twitter. I remember him being on Facebook when everybody was on MySpace. Mm-hmm. Because you couldn't get on Facebook unless you had an EDU account. I remember him on Facebook already. And then I remember him being on Twitter before everybody was over there on Twitter. But he was like famous. Yeah. And the social media and the internet ain't going nowhere. And one of my early managers, one of my buddies, works in technology, works for Google, named Kelsey Hightower. He was he told me to do a podcast in 2010, I think. Oh, wow. And yeah, I actually had one with Joe Claire and Shanti Das. It was Joe Claire's kind of internet radio show. So we were doing that early, but it started with Mr. Bankshot, Mr._Bankshot, funny as shit. A lot of followers, man. And I think either a college promoter that I know was looking for him or some kind of way. And then I think he reached out and was like, man, I'm in Atlanta now. Can I get some pointers on stand-up and shit? And I was like, yes, can I get some pointers on this fucking Instagram shit? Yeah. I don't know what to do. So we kind of just went over there, and I went over there and shot some skits with him and his girl, man, and just kind of got cool. And he just ran the whole game down to me, and I just got to just sometimes being around somebody, you get to see them working. That's like going to class. So I just watched him set up his shots, have like a fucking damn near storyboard already. He had the shots in his head. Like Mr. Bankshot is probably gonna direct something for me soon, like a feature length or a short or something, because his eye is really very dope, and he does parodies easy, and that's the hard shit to do. Like parodies is hard to do, so just kind of like forging that relationship with him. It was cool. Then I got cool with like Robbie World, Jacob Berger, like a couple of those big guys, because I found out when the point I was gonna try to make was. When social media became the shit, all the older comics started hating on it. Like, this shit's stupid. These ain't no real fucking comedians. And I watch a couple of social media comedians take a comedy show for like a lot of money, and they didn't have no fucking jokes. So like your name is shit after that. Like, say if you take $8,000 to do a show and you got 15 minutes. And it's like college kids like, what the fuck? You're not funny like you was on Twitter or Instagram? So I just saw that and I was just like, man, whatever I can learn, or because I know knowing yourself is everything. I just know my gift is kind of like, I've been a lot of places that people are trying to go, like not colleges and just different crowds. And now just sharing information is like, has always been beneficial, man. Because it's like, why hold on to the shit? And then you just create just good friendships and network. So your network is going to be your value to me. That's what I always knew. And I'm valuable because of my information, but then I'm funny. But people are always going to want to work with nice people. So I just met a bunch of nice, cool motherfuckers. Like B. Simone was dope as shit. I remember I booked her on like a show very early. It's on my Instagram highlights. She was like freaking out, but just to see her growth, man, and she killing it on Wildin' Out and shit. She wasn't even on Wildin' Out. I think she was on it, but got off. And Tyler Chronicles took him on the road. He was already funny, already kicking ass around the city, and he just started kicking ass. Like he started getting writing gigs. You got a writing gig on Wildin' Out. Got me a job on Wildin' Out.
Yeah.
Got a writing gig on Bossip. Got me a job on Bossip on camera and everything. So we just kind of got cool just from just hanging out. So it's like you just kind of get around. Like Desi Banks is one of the other ones. Cool as shit. Yeah. Like a lot of these people, cool people. I see, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, because I also want to reach out and like, I don't want nobody from Atlanta to be not funny out of town.
Yeah.
It's just like deep down, that shit bothers me. Like Atlanta's one of the funniest cities out. Like we got our hands in everything, music wise. So I'm just in my mind, I'm like, we have to uphold the comedy integrity over here because New York is New York. Everybody know New York is where you go to make it at. LA is where you go to get your sitcoms and all that shit off. But a lot of them dudes that can do good in them places, they can't do good down here. We can do good at everywhere, but a lot of people can't do the South. It's like, and it's fun. It's just cool, man. I love this whole culture of comedy. So I just try to surround myself with good people, man, and they just ended up being just some of the dopest innovators out here. So, you just got to learn stuff. Like you're going to have to be cool with other people who do podcasts. And just, you're going to cross, everybody's crowd is going to cross anyway. Yeah. So you might as well kind of already know who's over on the other side because everybody wants to be rivals. You get, you catch more flies with honey, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it,
I think I've heard that you've even studied Bruce. That's someone you really followed and studied a lot to help you on your material. What did you learn about him that really helped you with your stuff?
Well, Bruce was more like one of my favorite comics when I was growing up, watching Comic View with just his swag and just the confidence of this big motherfucker up here with a fresh ass outfit on, his hair laid, and he looking like I could take your bitch. Like, and just and frankly, just put it frankly in terms of how I saw it in 1996 or whatever. I was in like probably 10th, 11th grade.
Yeah.
And just seeing him on Comic View with that, he just had that player Atlanta, and it was Atlanta, and I didn't even realize it was Atlanta till later.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, he sound like my uncles. Like. It don't matter what you look like. It's what's coming out your mouth, man. It's like, that's what makes you attractive, your brain. You know what I mean? So it's like, I've seen gorgeous women throw themselves at Bruce. Like, he come in the room, it's the energy shift. Motherfuckers like, oh my God. Like, he's like the god of Atlanta. Like, he's from the Bluff. Like, that movie Snow on the Bluff, that's Bruce Hood. So.
Hey, the ladies love Bruce, man. Like,
ladies love Bruce. And then, like, LaBelle Crawford. He's just funny. I've never seen Lavelle do the same joke ever. And I've seen him years. Never seen him do the same set twice. Funny as shit. Yeah, but my material is more like, it's just evolving as I'm growing, man. I'm becoming a father. I was a kid when I started. I was in college. I was a college dropout, just going to do this shit that I didn't know what it was going to take me to. So I just had a lot of material about the club and just kind of navigating this world being a big guy. So it's like, now it's like being a dad. You know what I'm saying? I still want to turn up a little bit. I ain't old as my parents are. And then, I got other, like, I got a son on the spectrum, but he's fucking damn near a genius. Like, so, you know what I mean? I'm debating on whether to take him to casinos. You know what I'm saying? Get it off when he get older. But, Just kidding, by the way. Everybody's gonna be like, he's fucking horrible. No, I love my son. My son is hilarious. Campbell is getting tested for gifted classes, and he's just
nice.
His sense of humor is so fucking funny, man. These little kids. That's all my shit now is just me talking. It's just like I get to just get my day off, and you're like, okay. So
you mentioned earlier about doing stand-up at colleges, but you also perform at both colleges and clubs. Meanwhile, a lot of comedians, from what I understand, only do one. They don't really do both. So that's really unique for you to do both. So how are you able to do like cross between college and clubs?
You have to want to do both because the college money is so good sometimes. My boy Steve Hofstetter calls them golden handcuffs because it's like, once you, like, NACA is like an association. It's kind of like the NAACP for college entertainment. So it's just picture this one big conference every year in different parts of the country nationally where all the schools go and pick their entertainment for the year. So it's like rappers, comedians, jugglers, hypnotists. It's people with like the bouncy house. You got the silent. I saw that silent, you know, that headphone like parties people doing.
Yeah.
I saw that shit in 2007. They were doing that, selling that whole package to colleges in 2007. Like, so it's like everybody's there for a weekend, and then you get, it's kind of like a raffle to get your spot. So like the best spots will be like opening night and the host. And I was getting those spots and booking like 30 shows after doing like one set, like one show. So because you get 15 minutes to perform, and then they come to your booth and book you for the year. Like all the schools, they get a better deal on you if they book near you. So you go do those schools, and after, like, you book a lot of them. Because my first run, I booked 40 at one conference and 40 at another, but then they filled up the calendar. So I did like 112 schools. I did 105 schools in 112 days. So it's kind of, time will fly by you.
Yeah.
And then I just saw myself doing the same hour every fucking night, and I was about to lose my mind. And I just had to literally say, where do I want to do? What do I want? Am I going to just do college forever? And then in the meantime, it's other hot motherfuckers coming up behind you. So you still got to stay hot and then keep booking the shows. So it's like, in the meantime, I lasted through all the eras, and the Wild 'N Out people are coming right behind me, or they're coming right, they're the most in demand people right now because that's the only comedy out. And those are all my brothers, man. So it's just dope to still be on those shows. Like, even if the school never heard of me, Darren Brand gonna say, you need to book Ronnie on the show, and then you look me up and see how I did all these colleges. But it's just, like I said, keeping those networks going. But I just made a decision to fall back a little bit and go back and do these colleges. So I called, who did I go out with first? I think I went out with Tony Roberts. Okay. I just called a couple OGs, man, and just said, let me feature for you. The money is going to be lower. I know this, but I have to get back on the club side because I'm an adult, and I got tired of talking about college shit. Like, I got tired of talking about roommates and dorms and shit.
Yeah.
So, you take less money, you go do the show, and I can make my money back on merch. Like, let me sell my shit, and I'm going to make some money. I just need the audience. I need the club to know who I am again. And kind of, it's just kind of good for your business. You can't stay one-sided. Because if something, like in the summertime, what was I doing anyway? You know what I mean? I had to go to college, do clubs anyway. So what happened was I would get to the summertime, and they didn't know who I was, so I couldn't get any dates. So I was like, let me just transition and start going. Like, Bill Bellamy took me out on the road, put me on this Ladies Night Out tour. I'm the only big guy on a tour for the sexy motherfuckers. So I'm representing for the big sexy. And so I learned a lot on that tour. Like, it was me, Ali Sadiq, D-Lay. He's on Instagram. He's popping. His page is hilarious. Who else is Jay Reed? We were all on there together, man. And Bill kind of let us all get busy. And he come in there, he's still Bill Bellamy. So just learning how to treat your youngest, man, your homeboys, the ones coming up under you, treat them equally, man. They're going to be good to you when they come up. So it's just like, yeah, you got to be able to do both, man. You'll starve out here. And now, ain't no clubs open. So you got to be able to do, I'm glad I was on the internet already. I booked a couple schools on Zoom, but it ain't the same. It ain't the same. But I did it. I did a few schools on Zoom because my agents are dope as shit. But yeah, You gotta be versatile, man. You gotta then like after the transition to do the clubs and stuff. I was trying to get on TV, so I got on TV with Bossa and shit like that. And I got on Bossa, but I had to write my own bits, had to do my own producing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just you gotta work all the muscles, man. So I'm trying to get a script done now. I just can't get to the fucking computer to put my fingers on it. I just I hate typing, man. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me.
Is this like a script for a show or a movie?
A TV show pilot for myself, man. I gotta write what I want to be in. That's the new motto is you gotta write what you want to be in. That's what Vin Diesel did and a bunch of these other stars. They wrote themselves to where they are. You gotta make them see you how you're supposed to be seen. You can't wait on nobody to put you on, put yourself on.
Well, you mentioned about like taking other comedians under their wing, and that's something that you've actually been known to is just help other comedians, teaching them, stuff about stand-up or helping them with their stand-up. And some people you've done a couple of tours with that you worked along with was Tyler Chronicles and Darren Brand from Wild 'N Out, which you mentioned earlier. And from what I've seen, maybe a tour with them almost every year. So can we expect another tour after this whole Corona situation?
Yeah. So let me tell you the big secret about touring with comedians. That shit is just shows. We just package them all together and give them a name. It's like whoever got the money for us to go, we gonna go. So it's like sometimes, like a lot of times, I have to make up my own work. I'm the promoter as well. People don't know. So I have to go out and be like, I call a buddy or something, or like call the promoter and say, yo, I'm trying to come to blah, 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 blah. And he'll say, this is my budget. Who can, or he'll ask, they'll ask me, who can you get? And I'll be like, I can get Darren for Wild 'N Out. I can get Tyler for Wild 'N Out. Because it's just good to have your homeboys on current TV shows and shit. Because I'm not on TV right now. Well, yes, I am. Let me take that back. I'm on True TV on Laugh Tracks. Okay. So, yeah. And I was filming something for Netflix that's really big before the pandemic. So, just look out for it. It's huge, career-changing shit.
We can't wait for things to start blowing up for you after this situation resolves. But if other people want to hear you out, and you mentioned being on a podcast, which I listen to, which is called MoreThanCultr, and you do it with other comedians. And dude, you're just hilarious in the podcast. Besides on the stand-up, you just crack me up on the podcast itself. So for our listeners, you want to describe what that podcast is about?
It's just 4 creative dudes, man, just kicking it. It's like our kind of writer's room. All of us are writers. All of us are producers. It started Remo and Secret Genius, Kamal, the Secret Genius. He's like our resident life coach. He has a deep, sultry voice. He's kind of like the Yoda of the group, and he's the same age as us. I think I'm older than Kamal, but he's like the wise old owl or something. But him and Remo would just have their podcast they did every Monday. And when I told you, remember I said I was deciding I wanted to do TV now. So when I just made a decision, I want to do TV now, I have to be writing. So I remember me and Tyler, he was just like, I'm going to the studio to write. And I'm like, I'm going too. Shit. Like a workout buddy. So I would just go with him to write shit. And just kind of, and he would start talking on the podcast if it was a Monday with them. And then I'll start talking too. I just kind of made myself get drafted, so it kind of worked out, man. It's just like the way we're doing it. It was just 4 guys that's fed up that wanted to control their own destiny. And we just kind of formed we're kind of a production company. So we throw shows and stuff. We just really did it to talk some shit. Like we're cannabis activists now. They can't call us potheads anymore. Because once you've been in LA for like a month, you kind of a cannabis. It's like they treat you like you're a wine connoisseur out there. You know what I'm saying? So I need that same respect in Georgia. And it's like you get very creative, man, and it's just kind of like all that motherfucking PTSD and shit from flying. And I know my nerves are shot. Fucking goddamn turbulence. Yeah. But like it's more than culture. And we throw events too, man. That's what I was trying to get to. I know I get the rambling, man. You got to stop me sometimes, Joel. I get to fucking talking. I'm the old man in the group. That's what I am. I'm the old man talking shit on the porch. They gonna leave the room, and I'm gonna still be talking. So we just kind of go in there, kick our ideas around, and just kind of go. Sometimes we talk about the headlines. Sometimes Tyler might come out of nowhere and be like, "Did slaves have comedy shows?" And then we're like, "Damn, you're right. What did they say at the comedy shows?" And so those kind of things turn into real bits that we're writing out. So we it's like a live writing session, and it goes out. And now we got better audio and video. Shout out to .NET Digital. It's just we throw events, man. We hide away events in Atlanta, man. We throw it in a private location, and we have other vendors like black owned, small businesses come in there, like sell their T-shirts. We sell our T-shirts. We kind of it's kind of like our own Wakanda. We built like a little place where we can come and exchange ideas and streams of consciousness. That's how Kanye West and them say it. Cool shit like that. So yeah. And it does pretty well, man. We do it once a month. Like I said, we're doing a drive-in this Saturday, but like it's just dope to at this level. I've been doing comedy so fucking long. It's just dope to see shit that I can control myself, and I'm just grateful that I'm still here and people still want to see me. It's crazy when people know who I am. I honestly, because I look different than I did on Bad Boys. I wear glasses now. I got a beard, but people like, nah. You the fat nigga at the door, for real, man. My mama love you. So I just appreciate all that shit, bro.
Dude,
can never get old.
Yeah, man, everyone loves you, man. You mentioned in previous interviews that I've seen that you were working on an album too. So can we expect one from you anytime soon?
I have one done. I just didn't like my set, but my boy D Ferg, shout out to D Ferg, man. He's my opener when I go on my college tour, and he fucking shoots and edits my web series. And he's like one of those dope people that is going to get his own TV show because he can do everything. Yeah. But he's funny too, right? So he's like, I had him record when I was at the Oak like last November. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, man, can you record this? But I was like, could you have somebody get the audio too? And then, I think I want to do an album out of this. And he said that shit fire. He's like, I like it, man. Fuck it. And I'm like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. So I'm one of them, man. That's the reason why I have to have some young guys around me, because it's like when you get older, you're like, ugh, do they want this shit? But I don't have no comedy albums on no platforms. I'm on other people's shit, but I don't have a comedy album out. I had one like that I was selling back in the day. It was like when I first started, I didn't have no jokes for real, but it was, I did a live album in the living room called Live from the Living Room. It's like in 2001. It's just funny to hear my voice. It's just girls in an apartment with a studio. I just needed something to sell on a cruise. Yeah. So I had to make a comedy album right quick. Yeah, man, but I think I'm going to drop it, man, and just drop another one. I'm going to just keep dropping shit. Fuck it. I might as well have some shit streaming, bro. So
yeah, man, drop it. I love to hear what you got on there.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah. So, Ronnie, you mentioned earlier about your wife's vegan cookie brand that you actually play a role of. Do you want to share what that is about?
Yeah, my wife has this company called SnacJunki Vegan, and she just basically started her dream, man. She kind of changed her life over the past couple of years. She stopped eating dairy, stopped eating meat, started exercising on the regular, and lost over 100 pounds, man. She did it when I was in LA. Like, she would work it out while my kids were taking a nap. Like, she worked out in the house from the PlayStation, from YouTube. So it could be done with just like discipline. Yeah. I'm just so proud of her. But my kids have so many allergies, like a lot of kids. And my youngest kid, Clark, he can't have dairy. So every time it would be somebody's birthday, she would have to make him something separate. So she would have to find these vegan recipes for baked stuff, and she'd make cakes and stuff like that. And she just started making these cookies, these vegan cookies, and they were fucking delicious. So I'm like, this chocolate chip cookie is solid. Yeah. And then she said, I'm gonna do vegan cookies. I'm gonna start my page. I'm gonna do this. And she's selling more shit than BlessedAF right now. I'll tell you that much.
Cool, man.
Yeah, man. At SnacJunki Vegan, you can just hit her on Instagram, DM her. She got these chocolate chip cookies. I'm telling you, you can't tell they're vegan, and they're just good as shit. She got my favorite are the coconut almond chocolate chip cookies, and they're good as shit. And she got a oatmeal cookie that I put up against any oatmeal cookie, and she does oatmeal cream pies, and she does like a Crownie. It's a cookie and a brownie. Man, I'm telling you, I know I'm running down the whole menu, but it's just like I'm. And those delicious treats are in my freezer, and I think she has them. She has them for sale, and I gotta go buy them off her. And she won't sell to me. Like I'm cut off, so I'm literally a snack junkie. So.
Well, I've seen photos of those cookies, man, on your Instagram, and like those caught my eye because those cookies, especially the chocolate chip cookies that you were talking about, those look good, man.
Yeah, man. It's a good it's kind of like it's still junk food. It's still real sugar. It's just it's no dairy in it, man. You know that dairy is no good for anybody. Yeah. It's like especially with the coronavirus. Mucus is the shit that holds all the shit together. Like it holds all the disease, and you know mucus is what kills you with the corona. That shit fills your lungs. You know we want to get mucus free. You know so.
Yeah,
I say the cut down on the dairy is always good, but it's like just a good little treat to have if you're gonna cheat or just have something sweet. It might as well be vegan. So you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You can just shut the vegan person up that always talk shit. Everybody got a vegan homeboy or girl. Like, really, you're eating animal again? No, bitch. This cookie is vegan, and no, you can't have none. So just buy them to not share with your vegan friends.
Yeah, my brother actually just recently turned vegan. Or
it's not bad, Joel. I'm telling you, as a resident fat guy, I can do it, but I just been a greedy man. I'm like, fucking, I want Chick-fil-A. I want Arby's.
Yeah.
But she cooks some good stuff, man. Her spaghetti and meatballs is fucking solid.
Yeah. Oh,
fucking
nice.
Gardein. They got some Gardein fucking meatballs that are vegan, man. Please, it's all right. It's all about seasoning, man.
Oh yeah, that really, like, especially when you do stuff like tofu. Like if you season it right, oh man.
I'm not into the tofu yet, man. That shit is like bubble yum that they can just flavor anything. But she did an eggplant fried, like it was fried with like a fish fry kind of. Like that shit was good. Like a well seasoned cornmeal kind of fish wet batter dip, man. That shit with some mustard and a piece of light bread. It's just like a fish fry. Like, damn, this shit good as hell.
Yeah.
So,
jeez, man, you forget like a delivery business. You should start a restaurant, man. After.
Yeah, well, my dad was a chef too. So my wife, she was going to culinary school before she had our first kid. And the culinary shit is popping, man. I'm a foodie anyway in my mind, you know. But man, whatever if she want a restaurant, we'll get a goddamn restaurant. Whatever the wife wants, I will help get. Or finance or whatever the fuck I gotta do.
Yeah, what would you have the name of the restaurant be called?
It'd probably be her name. It's hers. You know, this is not my venture at all. I'm just gonna be talking shit because that's what I do. Like, matter of fact, y'all buy Starving clothing. That's Tyler's clothing line. We have MoreThanCultr merch. Culture is spelled CULTR. It is MoreThanCultr. We were out way before that More Than Athlete shit. That shit is dope, but our shit is like it's different. It's fly, but it's the same thing. We're saying the same shit. We're more than like I'm more than a comedian. I'm a dad. I'm a goddamn. I'm a human. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and Remo has been in every movie too. He's been in like fucking Stomp the Yard and Drumline. So everybody has a unique backstory. And Tyler is currently on Wild 'N Out right now. So. He's one of the newest cast members.
Yeah. Speaking of unique backstories, I mean, obviously I've asked you a couple of questions to get to know you a bit, and you've obviously like shared with our listeners how interesting your background is. So I thought I'd bring a recurring segment in this podcast called Name Your Bio. So if you had an autobiography about your life, what would it be called and why?
My autobiography would probably be called BlessedAF.
BlessedAF.
Yeah, blessed as fuck, man. Because I am, man, just to be here, just to work for myself, just to be a descendant of slaves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I work for myself. I'm in the pandemic. All the money is cut off, but I'm still making money some kind of way. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed. It's a lot of people getting put out. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in my spot. We about to move, but we want to move. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's like, we have so much to be blessed for. I got 2 healthy kids, man. Like, I'm blessed as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I got a bunch of fucking stupid ass Jordans. I got like I got all the Jordans I wanted when I was fucking 10. So
Yeah.
my 10-year-old self is like, yeah, you doing all right, big boy.
Yeah.
Just gotta get that weight down. You know what I'm saying? That's my next part of the chapter, man. I gotta have the slim down moment. So we're working on that right now.
Well,
but yeah, bro. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well,
Tyler he ain't gonna let me keep on checking on me like, you walk today? I'm like, damn it.
Well, Ronnie, before we wrap, is there anything you want to share with our listeners?
Yeah, man. Check out my IG at Ronnie Jordan. Check out my YouTube, my Facebook, and check out MoreThanCultr, man. We got a nice thing going. Check out the old episodes. We got Pastor Troy. He started being mischievous. It was so fucking funny. We had Princess from Crime Mob come through. We had Young Jock tell all the stories about when he was getting money and there was a drought. And we just had like DC Young Fly very early, like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, we got some dope content out, man. Y'all check us out. We got more coming. Tyler Chronicles has a IG Live TV network, Quarantine Network. He does a show at 3, 5, and 9 o'clock. I do one at 6 o'clock. Man, keep supporting, keep clicking on shit. Order cookies from my wife. And go hit official BlessedAF.com. Get your merch. The back orders on merch is not my fault. The shit shipping out of China, so might take about a week or two. So I'm so sorry, I can't control that. But I appreciate you having me on this thing, man. Thank you for letting me talk your ear off.
Ronnie, no, the pleasure's all mine, man. Like I said before, I'm a big fan, like I mentioned off air. My brother and I are the biggest fans of yours, and I'll definitely order some cookies. Those chocolate chip cookies, man. I still remember them in my head of how they looked.
Man.
I gotta have those cookies.
Hey, man, have your SnacJunki Vegan cookie. Click on your phone on official BlessedAF, and then click on MoreThanCultr, and have your good time, man. So, yeah. But thank you, brother.
No, my pleasure. But Ronnie Jordan, it was a pleasure to have you, man. Thank you so much for doing this and joining us on Irie Chat, and best of luck on everything.
All right, thank you, man. This is a dope platform. Thank you for recognizing comedians, man. We the thirstiest of all the entertainers. Nobody recognizes us. I appreciate it, bro.